I've been a sneaker artist for over 18 years, and when I started, it was just for fun. I was always into art, always into shoes. And you fast forward to all the experiences and the opportunities that have come through it. Working with countless pro athletes and celebrities and notable people, and people that are fans and supporters are like, you should really come out with your own shoe, do your own shoe. And I never really felt comfortable doing that because, for one, I'm an artist, I'm not a designer. That's what I always told myself. Fast forward 18 years, I felt like, okay, I feel like I've done so many milestones and reached so many great things. What else can I do? And I think the next thing was to really create my own shoe. It's uncharted territory, but it was inevitable. I feel like it was really the next step to just have my own Mache shoe. I felt like having a shoe with your name on it was validation. So when I wanted to create a Mache shoe, the most important thing for me was, for one, it looked good, and it had to be comfortable, something that I would be able to wear every single day, and someone that people that support me would want to wear every single day. So I went into the running shoes, more comfort, thicker sole, cushioning, very important, and premium materials. At the end of the day, my name's gonna be on that shoe. We gotta make sure it's a perfect representation of me, Mache, and what I'm about. Quality and just looking good, but not trying too hard. You also want to have a story that can connect with people. And a very important thing that I wanted to convey was travel. I love traveling. Traveling across the world's awesome, but being in America, there's so many places that we just don't even think about. And there's so many things that I find beauty in and inspiration in. So with this line of the Mache Runner, I wanted to focus on certain places in America that you could visit that may not be, exactly on your radar, or something that's obvious. So a lot of these inspirations and stories are going to come from places around our country. Encourage people to check these places out. When I'm designing the shoe with its colorways, I want it to be something that's inspired by the story, inspired by the things. I don't want it so literal. So like when you think of a custom painted sneaker, you usually think of literal artwork. I wanted to make this more of an inspiration. So when you see the color blocking on these shoes, you can understand where different things come from. This process started, February is when it really started, sketching ideas and just the idea of actually jumping forward and doing my shoe. Sketches and things like that, working with the factory, working with inspirations and trying to figure out how to get that point across. It's been a long time coming. With COVID-19, that certainly put the brakes on a lot of the things. So, now that things are starting to pick up again, it was ready to hop back on the horse and get going. So the first story that we're going with is Centralia, which is a ghost town now in Pennsylvania. It used to be a mining town, and for years and years and years it's been deserted. And in Centralia, in that deserted town, is a highway. And over the years with it being deserted, people would go and visit, and they would actually spray graffiti or tag or whatever all over the highway. And it became a destination that people in the know would come and visit. It's kind of like its own little following. Actually, this year, they finally covered that with dirt so people could stop going, because they started to vandalize the woods and things like that. I wanted to honor that Centralia graffiti highway with a colorway on a shoe. With the color blocking on the shoe, I wanted to get across the cement gray of the highway so that I emulated that, and then the different colors would represent the colors of the spray paint, the cans and things like that. I didn't just want to make it like a graffiti shoe and have graffiti all over it, because I feel like that's something that I wouldn't want to wear personally, and I figured a little more classy version of that. After months and months of revisions and changes and making it perfect, here it is. This is the Mache Run Centralia. Again, when you look at it, it already looks like a good colorway, but the story does bring together the parts of the graffiti highway. You see the layered gray panels and the suede in the new book. That represents the asphalt of the highway. The different colors, the magenta, the yellow, the reds, the mint, the salmon, the turquoise, they all represent the different colors of the graffiti. I wanted to lay panels upon panels and layers on the shoe. So the more you look at it, you understand that there's more colors underneath. Because a lot of times, if you ever been to the graffiti highway, you see that people would spray down their design, but then someone would go there and cover it up. So you get one color on top of another color on top of another color. And that's what this represents. You know, the layers, you have the floating panels under here. So it's on top of each other, and that's what's to represent, you know, people putting down their mark. For the cushioning, you know, we went with a Vibram midsole. Vibram is pretty much synonymous with comfort. A lot of popular brands use it for comfortable things. They did a chunky foam midsole. It's very, very comfy. You can sit in these all day and you're good. Got the rugged outsole, and it's an asymmetrical bottom. I think it's a very wearable shoe, and again, I'm very excited to have people wearing something with my name on it. Another important point that I wanted to make sure the construction of the shoe was that it was made in the USA. Not that there's anything wrong getting stuff made overseas, but the fact is I can oversee it. I can be very hands-on with the approach. You know, I could see the materials, I could see how it's getting made. You know, it's very important to me to make sure that I have my hands on this project. So the Mache Run Centralia will be releasing at the MacheCustoms.com website exclusively beginning of August. And I'll be sure to update everyone with a date, solid, as well as apparel and hats and things like that. Outdone by none is what we're going with here. You know, I'm a very competitive person. I like to be my best, and hopefully I think I put out my best here. Where should we travel to next?